Hello friends, this is Ramana. Today I will show demo on difference between isNull and COALESCE functions. So we know both these functions is used in SQL Server to handle the null values in the table. So there are some difference as well between these two functions. The first difference is isNull accepts two arguments, whereas COALESCE accepts multiple arguments. Okay. Now you will see practically. Select isNull. I am taking isNull. So it is asking first is the expression. So here I am taking the expression as some name I am giving, and the second one is a replacement value. I am giving a replacement value. So it returns the ABC expression. So if it is null, if the expression is null, then it returns the alternate value. Suppose one name is there. So here the expression is null and it will display alternate value, next value. So whereas it comes to COALESCE, COALESCE accepts multiple arguments. So as per the definition, COALESCE will take first not null value. So I am giving here null, null, and I am taking one expression here, one value here, and I am selecting one more value. So in this query, I passed 4 arguments, and I am going to run the. It will return first not null value. Among these 4 arguments, this one is the first not null value. If we give the first not null value instead of null, I am taking some number I am taking here. So now it will display number 100. So COALESCE function as it defines, it will take first not null value from the given arguments, whereas isNull will take, if the expression is null, then it will take this value. If the expression is not null, it will take expression itself. So that means isNull take only 2 parameters, whereas COALESCE takes multiple arguments. Okay, that is the first difference. And second one is, if both COALESCE and isNull, I pass the null values, and for this also I am passing all null values, arguments, null arguments. So if I execute this query, isNull, if I execute this query independently, isNull will return null. If both of your arguments is null, isNull returns null value, whereas COALESCE returns error. What it's saying, at least one of the arguments has value. One of the arguments has value. You should give one value. If you pass all null values, it will return error. So in the case of, if you pass the two null values, two nulls in the isNull will return, it will return nulls. So whereas it is not possible in case of COALESCE, it will return error. That is the second difference. If arguments are null, isNull return null, but COALESCE returns error. This is the second difference. And coming to third one. So now I am declaring one variable. I am declaring one variable, date variable. So here I will show the third difference. Declare. So test date, I am taking test date. and I'm giving the data type as date, declaring one variable. Variable name is test date. So I'm giving the value data type as date. So I want to select this value. I want to select value using both isNull and COALESCE functions. First I'm applying isNull. So it takes two arguments, right? So I am taking the at test date. I'm taking the first argument as at test date, comma. Next one is get date. I'm taking get date. Okay. Now if I execute this query, so it will return date. We are declaring the variable as date and it will take date. Coming to COALESCE, I am applying the same logic with COALESCE function and I am running this query. So COALESCE returns timestamp, date time value, it will return timestamps. So this is the third difference. When you assign date data type to the variable isNull returns date, whereas COALESCE returns date time value. This is the third difference. See, I declare one variable and assign data type as date. So now I am selecting that variable using isNull function. It will return date. Whereas I am selecting the same variable using the COALESCE function, it will return date time. So I'm taking the next argument as get date for both these functions. So this is the third difference. So these are the three basic difference between isNull and COALESCE. Hope this video is helpful to know what is the difference between these two is functions in SQL Server. Thanks for watching the video. Thank you very much.